just be for you. Okay. So what we're going to do is just kind of go through your goals that you wrote down and then talk a little bit about um, basically what that looks like in Beachbody and help you to start to create an action plan. Um, Sorry, I'm just totally distracted over here because we got a dog today and like I don't even know. They're
Mine's running
outside.
around.
I like this.
Running around. I gave her a bone so she would be like distracted. I'm like, okay, go over there. Go sit on the couch and eat your bone, please.
Okay, I hear you. Okay. Okay. So tell me, how long have you been using the products? That's what I was trying to figure out. Has it just been a couple weeks?
Yes. So we started the Fit Wars last Monday. So I got all of my stuff and then I like solely started on Monday, but Gabby did give me 3 Shakeology, like the little packs to try. And I would say that was the Wednesday before the Fit Wars started. So I've been about a week and a half now.
Okay. Okay. So in a week and a half, you've already noticed the bloating.
Yes.
Yeah. And the hunger.
Yeah, I used to snack. So I am a big snacker. And now if I get to lunch and I'm like, oh, I'm not even hungry. So I've noticed that my portion size has gone down at lunchtime as well. Um, and then I truly am hungry at like dinner time, but then I still don't even snack after dinner. So it's definitely curving like my sweet tooth and my stress eating and all of that. And I've noticed that usually I get super bloated and I was doing like greens and that didn't have a huge effect on me. And then I did Shakeology and even my boyfriend was like, wow, I can tell a huge difference even in the bloating. I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. The detoxification. That's great.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's your first testimonial. And I know that's in one of the videos. So I didn't get a chance to see like your comments on the videos, but one of the assignments in one of the videos was like to write your 7-day Shakeology testimonial. So did you do that when you were watching?
I started it. I didn't finish it. I just like I noted the bloating.
Mhm.
Um, if people asked me if I wanted candy during school, I was like, no, I'm okay. And I think that I'm doing the chocolate one.
Mhm.
And I think that because I'm doing the chocolate, it's the sweetness of that and like the straight up chocolate is helping. Um, I
Totally.
also like I don't know. My biggest thing is I'm not hungry.
Mhm.
I don't even think about food.
Mhm.
But I do. But like I don't like I'm like, oh, I could really use a bag of Cheetos right now. I don't think about that anymore. It's like, no, I can wait till lunch because I'm not hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is how it works. And so specifically maca root is the ingredient in there that helps. It's a natural appetite suppressant. So that's what you're
Oh,
experiencing right away. And the thing with Shakeology, because there's like 70 ingredients in it and it fills your nutritional gaps, everyone that starts drinking it gets different results. But they're usually along the lines of either appetite control, cravings. Um, for me, it made me actually crave healthy foods. So I like craved water and vegetables and salads and chicken. Like it literally, I felt like it changed my taste buds because I was actually really hungry versus just wanting to snack to just snack. Right.
right.
And then because you're detoxing, you're not holding and you're not eating as much junk, you naturally it starts to help you lose weight when you take it for a period of time, right? And so that's how it works, which is awesome that you're getting those type of results in just 7 to 10 days. And so that's like the big that's all you really need to know and do is to write out and package your 7-day or 10-day results. So I have that outlined in one of the videos, but it's like before I started drinking my superfoods, I was struggling with, and it's what you just
Mhm.
told me, right? I was snacking endlessly all the time. I was always hungry and I was always struggling with bloating. But since starting my chocolate superfoods, I've now, in just 7 days, I have experienced, and then you share all of the results. So writing that out helps you kind of like get your mind organized on it, because when people ask you about it, ultimately all you have to do is share your story, share your experience, your results, and then share what we call like a third party tool. So a third party tool is like a YouTube video, anything but you that is going to give the information. So a PDF, a YouTube video link on what Shakeology is, or it could even be like an event, like a party or a webinar or whatever we have going on. But in general, when people start to ask you about your results, your shake, your workouts, whatever, all you really need to share with them is your results. Maybe ask them what they're looking for. And is it okay if I can send you some information? And so that's really what we do. We get results, we share results, and we help other people get results. And so to help other people get results, you have to be willing to share your own, put yourself out there, whether that's on social media, in real life, all the things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So going back to your goals, you wrote down, so what fitness program are you doing now?
So we are doing the T25 block,
Okay.
I think focus block.
Okay.
And
And mhm.
I actually, so in high school, I have had 4 knee surgeries. So in high school, I did T25 with Shanti. I was a sophomore and I like fell in love with Shanti. Like he's just who I am,
Yeah.
but like in a male form. Like he's
Mhm.
excited. He's always pumping people up, like smiling. He has the funny, goofy stuff. And I think that when Gabby talked to me about it, I was like, oh, Shanti, yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
Mhm.
And I noticed like huge results, even in high school. Like my mom was like, you were in the best shape of your life. And I was coming back from a knee surgery. So I had been playing basketball and then I was off for 3 months. So you naturally lose all of that. And I got it all back in the 3 weeks of the training that we did. And I think that's like a huge thing for me because I am post athlete. I was a collegiate athlete. Now I'm post, and it's hard. I don't want to just lift. I don't want to just go for a 5-mile run. I want to be able to enjoy it and look forward to it. And when I wake up in the morning, it used to be, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do it. It's not what I want to do today. Now I'm like, I have a date with Shanti. It's my 25 minutes in the morning. That's by myself. And I enjoy it. I'm in a better mood. I'm happy. And
Right.
I feel overall more accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you love it, right? You love it. It's fun. It's challenging. You love the trainer. But you also love the results, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is for people. It's like you have helping people find what they love in working out, so that it's not such a I got to go work out.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's like I get to go work out and I know I'm going to feel amazing after I go do this workout, right? So it's helping
Right.
people find the right workout for them, but then also it's all about the results, right? Because the trainer can be awesome and can motivate you, but if you're going to do that workout and you're not going to see results, like how motivated are you going to stay on that course, right? So Beachbody is known for, that's what we're known for, creating transformations and helping people get results with before and afters. And so when you're networking and you're helping people get started, that's really what you're doing, is you're kind of interviewing people, like as far
Mm-hmm.
as like what you just told me, kind of finding out what their goals are and what type of workout, might be the best workout for them based on um, enjoyment, as well as what type of results that they're looking for. And then you're simply making recommendations to people. Like, well, based on what you told me, here's what I would recommend and why. You're going to love it. And that's really all you have to do. It is very simple. It's really just, I mean, what you just told me is what you want to be sharing on social media, right? Like that's what people need to hear and understand and know, is, how you're loving your program and your results. It's not a chore for you. It is a challenge. You've been an athlete your whole life, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So you're just basically looking to lean out, have more definition, so more toning. But like you said, it's also just more of an experience, like a emotional, mental experience. It's a challenge, it's fun, all of those things. And then for your business goals, enough to purchase, enough to be able to buy groceries and gas. So maybe like a couple $100 a month.
Yeah. So, I mean, in all honesty, like, so I used to bartend before I was a teacher in college. That's what I did. So thankfully I was able to save enough money to live on my own right out of college. But with the way that everything is priced right now and going, going to the grocery store, I can't afford to buy the organic stuff. So I have to buy the non-organic, which to me, I actually saw a video today that like the non-organic has all of these pesticides and all of this junk on them. And to me, I'm like, okay, if I can do this and I can start doing it well, then I'm going to be able to spend the $2-3 extra dollars on the organic stuff and know that what I'm putting in my body is actually going to help me in the results in the long run. And people are going to notice that difference. And if they see, listen, I'm a first year teacher, I'm straight out of college. I couldn't afford to buy this, but now because of this, I'm able to. And these are the things that I'm doing.
Right. Exactly. It's goals, it's small goals, and that's a great goal. Um, so maybe your first goal, your first goal should be to earn your Shakeology free. Why pay
Mhm.
for it when you can refer 3 people and get it paid for? So that should be your first goal. Um, and then your next goal might be to bring on a few customers so that you can start to earn, $100, $200 that month. And so how you spend that is really what motivates people, right? Because money doesn't actually motivate people. It's how you spend it, and whether that's on yourself or the people most important to you. Are you single?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Okay, so oh my gosh, those days, can't even remember them, how long ago that was. 2 kids, husband, and a new that just came over today. And grandma. Okay. But one of your first goals with maybe it's gas, like, but it's also to up level your groceries to start purchasing higher quality of food for yourself.
Right.
That is something that is, if that's going to motivate you, I think that's an awesome goal, and it's a realistic goal. Um, and so starting to set yourself up for, okay, well, what would that look like? So I'm going to share my screen here, and then um, I can send this to you. If you want to open up a 3-way message, Gabby, then I can send this to you guys. So we talked a little bit about your fitness goals, what program you're doing. You're drinking Shakeology, the chocolate flavor. And then we're talking a little bit about why you want to make extra income, how you would spend it, but getting crystal clear on that. Okay, if I can make an extra $100, that's going to pay for a tank of gas, and the other $50 is going to go towards an upgrade on organic foods. Okay. And so that's going to look something like this. So, onboarding 3 customers. Now, onboarding 3 people to Shakeology will pay for your Shakeology. Onboarding 3 people to a total solution pack, which is what you purchase, that's the fitness and the nutrition together, is $150. So this would help you pay for your shakes, help you make a little bit more extra income, as well as it would help you to hit like one of our first reward levels. It's called Success Club. And when you hit Success Club, it's basically like a point system, and you earn points every month, and you can earn a free trip, a free vacation every year. And it's just all about helping 3 customers a month, and then just being consistent with doing that. And you can earn like a crazy rewards trip where you can go work out with Shanti. Now,
You
wouldn't that
bet.
be awesome?
Yeah,
Right?
it
Like that
would.
might motivate you. And then the second goal would be to help you to onboard 2 people to your team, which would get you promoted to the first rank of Emerald. You would also earn, if they purchase total solution packs as well, you would earn a $50 for each person, so an additional $100, so a total of 250. That would pay for your products, pay for your Shakeology, help you hit Success Club, help you hit the first rank advancement of Emerald. And that's really just bringing 3 customers in and 2 partners in. Okay. And so how we do all that is we start to brainstorm a list of who do you know. We're going to do that next, and then strategize what you think that they would be most interested in, and then how we can start sharing this with them. But does this make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a reasonable and great place to start, because really how it works is the business is a numbers game. So how it works is you have to, I don't know if you've ever been in sales, but in traditional sales, when you're talking to one person, you're trying to sign that person up, right? Whereas in our business, it's more of a sorting. So you're always talking to 10 people at once. 10.
Don't.
If you're and out of 10, there's going to be 1 or 2 that are ready.
Mm-hmm.
So think of yourself at the shake party, right? Like you were a part of that 10, and in that moment, you weren't ready.
Right.
And so our mindset was, for example, at that party, was we were looking for the people who were ready to raise their hand and go, okay, I'm ready to do this. But here's the thing. It doesn't mean everybody else isn't interested. It's just
Right.
what's the right time for them. And so you have to know that, because the business, if you're talking to less than 10 people, you won't really get anywhere.
Right.
You might get all no's, and you're like, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You're not talking to enough people yet. Okay. So
Right.
that's like a huge thing to know, because otherwise you might think like, well, right, like I'm not good at this, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So 1 or 2 out of 10 is what we're looking for. And then the other thing is like the reason people say yes, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know why you said yes, but most of the time, you can tell me if I'm right, most of the time it's because we hit some type of like emotional rock bottom. Like, think about losing weight in general, and I know your goal isn't really to lose weight, but in general, it's like you can't motivate people to lose weight. But
Right.
what you can do is, when they're at that place and they're just like, okay, just tell me what to do and I'll do it, it's because they've hit that place in their life. And there was probably a series of things that happened up to that point, right? Um, and now their sister's getting married in 3 months, and they are in the wedding party and they need to get to it, or they just had a baby, or they just went through a divorce, or they just lost their job, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
absolutely.
triggered it where you're like, okay, forget it. I'm ready to I don't care how much it is or where it is, just like, let's go. Right. And
Yeah.
so that's why this is all about building relationships with people and networking and sharing information, but not expecting them to sign up. Instead,
Right.
you're building a relationship because if they're not ready now, that's fine. I want them to come back to me when they are ready. I want to be the person they think of when they do want to get in shape, work out from home, or make extra income. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So when you have that mindset, you're not, it's a totally different mindset than talking to someone and thinking they're going to sign up. And then when they don't, and you're like, okay, I suck. Versus having this type of mindset, you're almost interviewing people and finding out where they're at and what they want, what their goals are, making a recommendation of a program, a shake, putting it together, but knowing that 1 or 2 out of 10 are actually going to go yes right now. The others might say yes in 2 weeks or a month
Right.
or 3 months.
It's like a waiting game.
Yeah, because it's whenever they hit that place that they're like, okay, now I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Which, yeah, and when I was thinking of my contact list that I wanted to do, like my boyfriend just finished playing college baseball, and there are boys on there that are like, I don't want to lift, I want to take a break. I'm like, cool. So I started talking to them, and I had a couple of them. They were like, yeah, let me know. So I was like, okay. So I reached out to him today and was like, hey, just wanted to follow up. And then some of the girls that I used to play basketball with are now starting to get back into the working out, but they don't want to lift because they don't want to be bulky. They want to stay home. They don't want to have to drive the 30 minutes to the gym and then drive 30 minutes home. And so that's where I'm like, I have the perfect solution for you.
Right.
And so I've been talking to them about that. My mom also has been talking about doing it. She has just recently retired, so she's bored, and she has a lot of like back issues and shoulder pain, knee pain. And so she's like, well, you know what? I think I would like to see it because you seem excited about it. And it's something that's starting to drive me, and she's starting to buy in. And she's like, okay, all right.
Interested in like the home workouts and maybe Shakeology? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do real quick is we're just going to kind of go through your list and just what you just said. So for example, number 1 is your mom. What's your mom's first name?
Heather.
Heather. Okay. So Heather, and then exactly what you said, like what you think that they would be interested in, whether it's Shakeology or the workouts, or even making extra income as a partner, or maybe it's like somebody you want on your team. Okay. So we have your mom. Who else?
It would be Jason Shanner would be the next one that I would go towards because he would be the most reliable. And I think he would become a coach as well because he's a business major and he's all about the fitness. He also has a platform because of baseball. So I think that he would be a huge hit.
And who is he to you?
I met him in college, one of my first days on campus, and then he played baseball with my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So he was a really good friend all throughout college.
Okay. Does he know, is he familiar with Beachbody?
He wasn't until I sat down with him on Saturday night and we talked about it, and I showed him the app. I showed him all the different types of workouts. He's like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I was like, yeah, it really is.
Okay, cool. So you used a third-party tool, which was the app of BOD. So that's great, or Body now. So that's a perfect example of sharing your love, sharing your results, using something else besides you to explain it for you. And so now where is that conversation at with him? Do you need to just maybe like invite him to a webinar to learn more? Yeah.
I think that's going to be my best bet because I reached out to him today and he was like, I don't have time to talk today, which I understand they did just finish baseball. So they're all trying to move out and figure out what they're doing. So I'm going to connect with him hopefully Thursday or Friday this week and like lay everything out, show everything to him.
Okay. And do you think that he would be interested in using the products for himself? Or is it something he would be recommending to other people? Or is he interested in
He would
making
use them
money?
himself.
He would be using it himself. Okay. Okay. And
Mhm.
possibly to earn income too.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. That's a great lead. Awesome. What we're going to do is we're just going to keep going and then we'll go back through
Right.
these people and we'll kind of talk about how to, follow up. Okay. Who
So
else?
my next two are actually sisters, and I played basketball with them. So Stephanie and Jessica Kowalczyk.
Oh, they're sisters to each other.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
twins.
okay. And you played what with them?
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay. In college?
Yes.
Okay. And so have you already talked to them?
I have not in as depth as I have Jason, but they reached out to me when I was started posting on my Instagram. They're like, "What is this?" And so I kind of told them about it, talked to them a little bit about it, but I didn't get to they live in Arlington Heights, so texting isn't always the easiest. So we are actually going to see each other this weekend. So I planned on talking to them about it then.
Okay. So they're interested in possibly the workouts and the shake and the results for
Mhm.
themselves.
Yes, for
Yes.
themselves. I don't think that they would try and sell to other people. That they're just not really like the go-getter types of people. So I think that they would probably just do it for the results.
Okay. Are they still working out like they were in college? That's going to be your thing right there. I'm telling you, because um I mean, I've been a fitness instructor my whole life, which is its own league of being an athlete. So, people that, are athletes in high school and college, and then,
They're
right?
like,
A lot of times they get married or just life changes or a full-time career, and then life takes over. Before, they didn't have to think about working out because it was a part of, your sport, your
yeah.
schedule, all the things. And so those are great people to revisit, especially because a lot of Beachbody workouts are, like so athletic and made for athletes. So I think that's great. Okay, who else?
So Jared would be the next one. He's my boyfriend. He's more of a macho man. He's not really a macho man.
Alpha male,
Wait,
alpha male.
yeah, he's an alpha male. He's full on the lifting, like going heavy in the gym, likes to do that. Isn't really type of the hit type workouts. He's very big into supplements, and he actually took a scoop of my Shakeology shake this morning and texted me at 3 o'clock and was like, "Oh my God, I totally forgot to eat." I'm like, "That's what I'm saying." Like it's awesome. And he ran out of pre-workout, and he does like the stuff that makes your face itch, your ears, you want
Yeah,
to pull your ears out. So I let him try one of my energizers, and he was like, "Oh, I really like this." I was like, "Yeah, it's really nice."
right. It's funny because we all were like, yeah, when you said that, we're laughing because we've all been there, done that. Okay. Um, Now what does he do for a full-time
He
career?
just graduated college.
Okay.
So he just finished baseball on Friday, and then just graduated college a week ago
Oh, wow.
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, he did his 5th year. So he's still trying to figure out. He's coaching baseball. He's constantly moving. Um, so I'm trying to convince him like this would be a great idea because you could talk to parents about it. You could talk, especially if you're traveling, it's on your phone. You're in a hotel room one weekend, you haven't eaten the best, you haven't been consuming a ton of water. This would be a great experience for everybody.
Right. Right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Who else?
That's kind of where my list has stopped because I'm
Okay.
not. Oh, you know what? I have another one. Her name's Allie. Pearson. I used to play basketball with her, and she is one that if you tell her she can't, she's going to. And I
Mhm.
think if you set someone up like her on a track or a plan and push her and is competitive, especially like with the Fit Wars type thing. Oh, I have to drink that much water. I have to do the Shakeology. I have to work out. Well, now we're going for extra bonus points. She's going to be the kind of person that's pushing to do that. And I think she would be really a really good idea.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um, Anybody else that you know that would benefit from Shakeology alone?
Probably my dad. I would put my dad in there as well. He travels a lot for work, and he also doesn't put the best solutions in his body, the best nutrition, all of that. So I feel like Shakeology would be a good one for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he would do the workouts because we make fun of him so much. So he's kind of like turned himself up to working out. But he's definitely would do like the Shakeology and the supplements and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay, great. Anybody else come to mind?
I don't think so at the moment. Every once in a
Shakeology.
while, I'll be like thinking, I'll be like, oh, that would be a great person. And then I stick it on a sticky note and
Right. Okay, well, you got to 7. Is there anybody that you would like on your team?
Real quick, Kristina, you had mentioned people from your mom's work might be interested.
yes. So my mom used to be a work release coordinator. So she dealt with people who were coming off of drugs and like doing not the good things. And then they recently started working out again. But it was like going on walks and going to the gym wasn't an option for them because they had to stay in the building. And so when I told my mom about this, she was like, well, if people could do that and then work out at the work release center, I think that they would love that. My only thing is I don't know how dependable they would be. I mean, I think it would be a really good thing, but I think that it would be some like the police department would probably buy it and then everybody would get to do it every day. That would be more of what they would do. So I've talked to my mom more about that, but we haven't really touched base again on it. Just because there's been a lot of changes. And so it's kind of sticky.
Okay. Um, I mean, that could be like signing up a corporate account. Um, that's an idea. Or like running it through her if she decides to sign up and then purchasing it through her versus selling it individually to those people, like what you're saying, like having just the facility sign up.
Okay.
Oh, that's an idea. That's just,
Okay.
um, is there anybody specifically that you want on your team?
I would definitely want my mom or Jason on my team, just because those are two people that I know I could count on. And I also know my mom would keep me focused and tell me if I mean, no, that's not a good idea. Or yeah, that's a really good, oh no, you're being annoying. Stop doing that. She's gonna make sure that I'm staying on track.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Well, we got to 8, which is really, really good. 8 strong hot leads. I'm sure you could come up with 2 more if you really just sat down and think about it, especially when you're thinking about like the people that you have on here are like a lot of strong leads. They're probably strong personalities because you have a strong personality. So we tend to like pick the top players, like in PE, you had to like pick your team.
Yeah.
You pick the top people, right? I can tell. So those are the top people on your list. So it's okay to add the other people onto your list too, Paige. You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
I'm hesitant because I am one that like
Did I nail her?
like, I have to be the best. And if you're not going to be the best with me, I don't want you there. if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly how I define my husband. He has the same personality, and I'm like, he has to be number one or he won't play the game.
And like, if I'm not number one, that's fine, but someone else on my team has to be number one. And we have to be a unit and we have to work well together. If we're not going to work well together, it's not going to work.
Right, right.
Because I have issues. I have control issues.
That's okay. It makes you who you are and makes you great as you. And those are all awesome qualities. Okay, so
Thank
some
you.
things to think about is some people are going to be interested in the workouts. Some people are not. And so for people that maybe they're not ready to work out or they already work out, like at the gym, we can still help those people, right? Because we have Shakeology, we have the supplements. So you don't want to narrow your list down to people who just want the workouts and the challenge groups. You also want to think about the people that do want to lose weight, bust cravings, everything that you talked about in the beginning of our call was just from Shakeology, right?
Mhm.
And so your dad, your mom, people like that, they can get on that product, see great results, and then end up building a referral engine to you of their network. So that's really how this business works. It's built off of networks. One person can build you a huge network, one person. And so it might be Jason. It could also be your mom. But you never know. Like it could be the sisters. You know what I mean? So you never quite know who's gonna go and actually be successful with this. And so you really want to treat everybody the same, invite everybody and assume success from everyone and give them that same opportunity. So let's just go through these. So with your mom, okay, let me back it up for a second. Okay. So who is local? Let me start there. Of the people that you gave me, who is actually local to you?
It would be everybody but my mom.
Okay. So where does your mom live?
She's from Indiana. I'm originally from Indiana.
Okay.
So we are from, I don't know if you know where Warsaw, Indiana is.
Well, I grew up like in South Chicago Heights, so it's like an hour away from Indiana.
So
Yeah.
I'm from like Notre Dame. I'm 45 minutes south of Notre Dame.
Okay. 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 All right. Okay. So it's really
No.
each one of these situations, I feel like is kind of like a different conversation that you're having with each person.
Mhm.
So this is where we would basically just kind of want to guide you and help you to share the information, the third party tool information, and then follow up with them to get started. So, with Jason, you already showed him the BOD app.
Yes.
And so for him, what you could do is we would probably just share a webinar. You could share like a recorded webinar with him.
Okay.
And then from there, if he still has questions, which it's totally okay, we could either do a 3-way call, like a 3-way Zoom, where I could jump on with him. He can ask me any questions, and then we can invite him to get started. If he watches the webinar and he's just ready to start, then you can do that as well too.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing to know is that most people are going to sign up as a partner for the discount. So it kind of it goes in this order. The number one reason why people would sign up as a partner is to get 25% off. The second reason is to earn their Shakeology free. So savings, right? Then the next level of people might be someone like Jason, who is actually looking to make it a part-time income from it. Even if it's like $100, $200 or whatever, right? And then of course, there's the opportunity to build a 6 and 7 figure income with body. People are doing it all the time. Okay.
Which makes
So my
sense.
point is it's your job to recommend to people what to start with, whether you're recommending them to just do Shakeology, or you're recommending them to do the total solution pack, or you're recommending them to become a partner for the discount to get their shakes free. Sometimes you stop there. Depends on who you're talking to, right? That might be your mom, right?
Mhm.
Or your dad, for example. But talking to him, it might be to make an extra, $200 to $500 a month.
Right.
Okay. And then with the sisters, for example, it would be inviting them to like a challenge. So maybe like, I'm not sure if the Fit Wars is on rotation or if you would use the test group, but Gabby and I can talk about that. And then, so I feel like what we need to do is just like write out your list. I mean, I wrote it out on my end. Write out your list, what you think that they would be interested in, so we can kind of organize what the information is we want to send them. Do you feel it would be beneficial to you to do some type of gathering, whether it's online or in person, where you could invite them to come and learn more about the products and the opportunity? We explain it, they can try it, we invite them to get started.
Possibly. I live in a very small apartment right now, so in person probably wouldn't work, but online would probably work.
Okay.
And page 2, like I'm happy to host here if you think that you can get, enough people to come too. So that's always an option.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's what I would think about, because there's two ways you could go. If you can do it in person, the benefit of doing it in person, and you went, so that benefit would be they get to taste and try free. And don't underestimate that, because you can talk to people till the sun comes down, but until they actually taste it, try it, that gets people to a yes so much quicker than just hearing results. Okay. So the benefit of doing it in person is they can taste and try multiple things: the shakes, the bars, the collagen, the energize, the recover, right? And you could invite whomever. Your goal would be to get 10 people there and tell them to bring a friend, build a bigger list. If we did it virtually, then our goal would be to mail out samples. So you would get RSVPs ahead of time, book an event. We would mail out one Shakeology, maybe one Energize a week before. And then when we get on the online event, we would actually teach them how to make it on the online event. We would all make it together. We would send them recipes ahead of time. They would pre-purchase the things. And then on the webinar, we would talk a little bit about everything that's inside body, show them how to make the product, and invite them to get started. Now, although it's virtual and not as much work, they're really only getting to try one flavor, one Energize, and they have to go buy the ingredients, and hopefully they have a blender. And so there's some hiccups that can happen when you do it that way, but it really comes down to whatever you think would work best for you in your network. So you don't have to answer that right now. You can think about it. And goal would be for either one, if we could aim for 10 people. 10 people in Gabby's kitchen, or 10 people on a Zoom. And then you would share what you shared with us. You would share that you just got started, but in your first 10 days, here's what I achieved. And then, Gabby would be there to share her longer term results.
Right. So it would be like a double whammy type deal.
Yes. Yeah. And if we do it online, then I would be there, and they would get a triple whammy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So think about that. And it's all, I would recommend to do the in-person, but if for whatever reason that doesn't work, then you could do the online. You could honestly do both. You know what I mean?
Right.
And spread them apart. They don't have to be on top of each other. Those would get your business off the ground. You would hit Success Club. You would earn your product free. You would be able to go buy your organic produce, and you would most likely get promoted. If we have enough people there, because just talking to people and messaging and sending them information is great. And you want to know how to do that, because after you launch, that's what you're going to be doing. But when you first start, if we can launch you powerfully, we can get your business off the ground and you can start making money right away. And we can get the most impactful people that you want. We can help them get started with you. So that's our goal with a powerful launch. And just sharing information, if you don't do that and you're just sharing information, videos, PDFs and whatnot, it takes people so much longer to make a decision. And the decision might be not right now. It's not even a yes, but most of the time people need 4 to 7 exposures, which is just sharing information to say yes or no. So the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is the best way for you to launch and for you to get people started. I mean, we got the party you were at, we got Gabby to Diamond in 2 parties. And Diamond is like really like the first leadership position in Beachbody. And we did it in 2 parties, which is like unheard of. And it wasn't even hard because people want to know what you're doing. They're already asking you. And so if you're like, hey, I'm going to do a launch party and you get to come and taste and try the products for free, and for some people, you might be just asking them to come support you. Would you just come support me? Just come check it out. Whatever you got to do to get 10 people there. Right. And the people that show up, they're interested. You're talking to people who are interested. And so that's just a big difference than like leveraging conversations on social media. So that's what I would think about. And then you can plan that with Gabby and doing one of those within like the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
Putting all your energy into inviting to that and then having a successful launch. Anyone who cannot make that event because for whatever reason, they can't, then we'll come up with a plan B of, okay, this is the information I would send this person. And here's what the conversation would look like. But if we can get 90% of the people to whatever event we choose to do, it's going to be easier for you and you're going to get more success out of it.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. What questions do you have for me about anything?
In one of the videos, hold on, I'm looking through my notes. It talks about a group text.
Yeah.
Is that something that I need? I'm not sure. I don't know if I missed it or if that was something that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Kristina.
No, I was just going to say, we can send that to you. It's a team text. So when you sign up for the team text, then you'll get notifications of like when we're hosting webinars, team calls, live events, things like that.
Okay. And I didn't know, I could have been jumping the gun because we didn't meet yet. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that's something that I should.
No, it's basically just like a notification system of when we're hosting team events. We do have a big team page, the United Coach Collaboration, and that kind of posts every Sunday. We post what's happening that week. We do like 2 business webinars a month, where you can invite people to learn about being a partner. And then we run like 2 team calls a month, which is basically like training on different topics like social media or inviting or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think I really have any questions.
Okay.
And if I do, I usually don't hesitate to ask. I ask lots and lots of questions.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't we do this? Why don't you open a three-way on Facebook, and that way when you do have questions, you can post them there. I'll share the Getting Started Right document with you there.
Perfect.
I want you to make your list, your top 10 list. And then in the videos, it talks to you about making like your 100-person list, right?
Right.
You can go on Facebook and download your friends list. I mean, you can get to
Okay.
100 just by obviously doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But make your top 10 list, decide which launch party you want to do in person or online, and then pick a date between the two of you. We find that during the week is better for people, like at night, like a live party, like a Wednesday, Thursday night, because people don't want to give up their weekends.
Right.
And the same thing with the online event. They work better at night. But it's, you guys can figure that out, but I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. And then once you pick that launch party, then let me know. And then we can either maybe do another call where we're just literally like mapping that out and setting you up for that. And who would you invite to that? Who are you not going to be able to invite? And you need to be able to follow up like this week with information, and Gabby can help you do that.
Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good. I'm excited for you. I think you're gonna do great. I mean, you're already off running, talking to people, fearlessly doing this. I mean, go for it. Like there's such a huge opportunity for you to do something that's fun and keeps you active, and you have the network of athletes to introduce this to. So there's lots of potential there.
I'm excited. I'm
All
really
right.
excited.
I'm excited for you too. All right. Keep me
Yeah.
posted, and I'll talk to you guys in the thread. And I'll
All
send you
right,
the
sounds
recording
great.
there too.
Thanks, Christina.
Have a
Thank
good night,
you.
guys. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.